I was only 22 years old when my life changed forever. My stepfather, he wasn't who everyone thought he was. My name is Sarah. My real father left when I was 3. My mother, she did everything to raise me alone. She worked 2 jobs. She cried at night when she thought I was asleep. Then one day, she met Michael at her workplace. He was charming, handsome. He made my mother smile again. After 1 year of dating, they got married. I was 18. Michael moved into our house. And for a while, everything seemed perfect. My mother was happy. I was happy for her. Michael was a successful businessman. He traveled a lot for work. He always bought me gifts. He asked about my studies. He seemed like the father I never had. But looking back now, I realize he was hunting me the entire time. It started small, innocent touches. He would place his hand on my shoulder, on my back. He would compliment how I was growing up, how pretty I was becoming. My mother was always working. She never noticed. When I was 19, he started being alone with me more. Let's watch a movie together. Sarah, your mom is working late. At first, I thought nothing of it. He was my stepfather, but then his touches became longer. His compliments became different. You're so beautiful, Sarah, more beautiful than your mother ever was. I felt uncomfortable, but I was also confused. Was this normal? Was I overreacting? He was my stepfather. He was supposed to protect me, not. One night, my mother was away at a work conference for 3 days. Michael came into my room at midnight. He was drunk. He told me he had always loved me, that I reminded him of someone from his past. He tried to touch me. I pushed him away. I screamed. He left my room, apologizing, saying he was drunk and didn't mean it. I couldn't tell my mother. I was terrified. She loved him so much. She had finally found happiness. I thought, maybe it was my fault. Maybe I had encouraged him somehow. Maybe if I told her, she would blame me. So I stayed silent. The next few months were torture. Michael acted like nothing happened. But he kept trying. He would wait for my mother to leave. He would find excuses to be near me. I started locking my bedroom door. I started wearing layers of clothing. I avoided him. But the worst part was, nobody noticed my pain. My mother didn't see my anxiety. My friends at university didn't know why I was becoming withdrawn. I was alone with this secret. I was 21 when I finally decided I couldn't take it anymore. I wrote down everything, every incident, every unwanted touch, every inappropriate comment. I printed it out. I put it in an envelope. I planned to give it to my mother on a specific date. But then, everything changed. My mother came to me one afternoon. She pulled me into her bedroom. She closed the door, and she told me the truth. Michael had come to her. He had confessed everything. He told her about his mental illness. He told her about his obsession with me. He told her he had been trying to seduce me for months. But here's the thing nobody expected. My mother didn't believe him. She said Michael was going through a psychotic episode. She said he had been diagnosed with a severe personality disorder years ago. Before they even met, she showed me medical records, psychiatric reports. She said Michael sometimes created false memories, false confessions. She said that nothing had ever actually happened. That Michael had imagined the entire thing. I froze. What? No. It was real. I remembered every moment, every touch, every threat. But my mother, she believed Michael's doctors more than she believed me. She told me that Michael was threatening to leave her, that his medical team said his family needed to support him, not accuse him. She said if I pushed this further, I would destroy our family. I would destroy her happiness. She chose him. She looked me in the eyes and said, Sarah, I don't know if these things happened or if your stepfather's illness is affecting his mind. But I can't afford to lose him. I can't go back to being alone. That was the moment I realized. My mother had always loved Michael more than she loved me. I moved out 3 weeks later. I went to live with my aunt. I cut off contact with my mother and Michael. For 2 years, I didn't speak to either of them. I went to therapy. I processed my trauma. I learned that whether Michael actually touched me or whether it was all psychological manipulation, it didn't matter anymore. The damage was done. But here's where the real twist comes in. 6 months ago, I received a call from my mother's best friend. She said my mother had been hospitalized. She had attempted suicide. When I went to see her, she told me everything. Michael was never actually diagnosed with any mental illness. There were no psychiatric records, no doctors. He had fabricated the entire story to confuse my mother, to make her doubt my account. He had manipulated her so completely that she chose to believe a lie rather than believe her own daughter. My mother realized this only after Michael had already stolen $250,000 from her savings. He had run away. He had disappeared. She realized, too late, that everything I had told her was true. The worst betrayal wasn't what Michael did to me. It was that my mother, the woman who raised me alone, who sacrificed everything, chose her own happiness over my safety. She chose a lie over the truth. And by the time she realized it, it was too late to fix what was broken between us. We've tried to rebuild our relationship, but the trust is gone. Every time I look at her, I remember that moment she didn't believe me. Michael was eventually caught. He's in prison now, but he took something from me that no prison can give back. He took the unconditional love between a mother and daughter. And that is a crime far worse than anything he ever did in my bedroom. If you or someone you know is in a similar situation, please reach out. Tell someone you trust. Don't let silence protect your abuser. And to all the parents watching, listen to your children. Really listen, because sometimes the people closest to us are the ones we need to protect our kids from the most. Would you have handled this differently? What would you do if your child told you something this dark? Comment below. Let's talk about it. Subscribe for more true stories, because sometimes the darkest truths are hiding right behind closed doors.